All right, Capricorn, I want to say this to you. For most of you, for those that this message resonates with, you are the agents of the tower. Now, why am I saying that? I mean, I know I'm skipping this. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. The reason the tower is something shocking that happens, something that gets torn down to show you that the foundations are not solid here. And the reason I know it's you guys that do it is because we've got death coming in as a past energy as the foundation. Now, they're both cards of change. They're both cards of change, but death is it's slow change. It's transition. It's never a surprise when death rolls through town. It's never a surprise. We see people going. We see situations leaving. We see everything's kind of emptying out of our life to make room for something new. And we release it. We have no choice with death, right? You let it go. It's to allow a rebirth. This is about a rebirth. However, for some of you, either that change isn't happening fast enough, or that change that happened, it's like, well, screw this. If it's going to go anyway, I'm just going to tear it down. It's that whole sense of, let's ride this thing till the wheels come off. But then you think, hang on a second, I'm just going to kick the wheels off this because it's not happening. Now, you've thought about this. This is not coming out of nowhere. We have the Four of Swords as your underlying energy. And this is... what I always say about the Four of Swords is think about the card that comes before it in the suit of swords, the Three of Swords, right? That's the person that's pulled the three swords out of their heart. That's the person that's just gone through massive healing, a massive breakup, a massive hurt, something very painful. Can be old stories that we have, but this, it could be therapy we've gone through to remove those old hurts, the old issues. But this person's done that. That's why they need a break. Those three swords are out. He has one sword left, the sword of truth that he's holding. So this is where you're coming into this. You've taken a time out. This can be temporary separations in relationships. This could be time off work. It represents everything from a spa day to healing after the flu. So that's how you're coming into this. You've taken a break from something. Maybe you've decided, you didn't want to act on it at that time. You were waiting to see, let the dust settle, let this happen, let that happen, whatever it was. Because death's been going through this. There's been transformation. There's been change, massive change that's been going through. Where does that lead us? It leads us to the tower. The tower is at the heart of your reading. And that's this is the focus. This is, what else is it? But everything revolves around this, what you want to happen almost. I'm getting the sense for some of you that it's almost like, well, if this shit's going to end, let's just end it. Let's just change it now. Why is it being kind of, why is it happening slowly? Let's just do the drastic change. And that's why I think it's you guys that do it. But let's get you a clarifier for that tower. Because you've got two massive cards of change coming in here. And nothing's ever the same. Nothing's ever the same after this kind of energy. So what do you want to change? Why is the tower there? Yep, Ace of Cups. You've decided that you want to feel a different way. You've got your truth, right? With the Four of Swords, this person is holding their sword of truth. You have some truth, something that you've worked through at a intellectual level, a logical level. You've seen the logic in this situation. But that's just it. Logic isn't enough for you. The head isn't enough here. It's what the heart wants. And you want a new beginning. The Ace of Cups, that's your cup. What is in your cup? This can be a new romantic relationship, but it's always what you take into it. You're bringing your cup into the situation. How do you want to feel? This is emotional growth. This is healing energy, spiritual healing. And we have a couple of cards of healing here. But the thing is, I want you to understand this. I'm taking a magnifying glass to the energies, right? But we have at the beginning of the spread a 4. We have at the end, it's book-ended by 2 4s. Now, when 4s take place, we've hit a plateau. Nothing is changing. Nothing is shifting. And yet I say that, and we have the Tower and Death. And it's this kind of vice-like energy. There might be things shifting and changing. Like your feet are not on stable ground. That's what I'm getting here. As much as things are not changing, the energy is not shifting the way you want it to go, it's, you want to feel a different way. You want a new emotional cycle to begin. Now, for some of you, that's what the Tower represents. You going for something that you love. You deciding, screw this, I leave this job and I leave this thing, I'm going to leave this whatever and go for what my heart truly wants. But it kind of feels like you have to action it, or it comes in out of nowhere. Because have a look at what's in the present. We have the Seven of Pentacles. This is asking you to look at, well, Seven of Coins, guys, but Seven of Pentacles. What have you been putting your time and effort into? What have you been putting that into? Now, she looks quite happy in this card, but usually the person's not very happy. That's in the Seven of Pentacles. They're frustrated. Sevens are about reevaluating. We're reassessing. We're looking at, because you've gone the whole way through, right? Fours are the first place we reassess. We look at the foundation. Sorry to say this, with 2 fours coming up, there's something in the foundation that you don't like. Whatever this thing is being built on, you're not happy with it because it's not making you happy. Pentacles are all about our long-term stability and support, right? So when the Seven of Pentacles is coming up, you've planted the seeds. You've watered them. You've pulled out the weeds. You've made sure they've got enough light. You've been tending to the garden. You've started to get some returns. What are you getting back, though? What are you getting back? For some of you, you might have been focused on work. You might, and I don't mean to stereotype Capricorn. I don't think that. I know lots of Capricorns, and you guys are all different. I know some very emotional Capricorns too, and you guys have the kind of reputation of not being, the other placements count as well. But this is, you've put so much time and effort into it. It's not enough, though. It's not enough. So some of you might have taken a break from whatever it was that you were putting effort into, whether that's a friendship, whether that's a relationship, whether that's, you haven't been on your A game at work. You've just been kind of almost, just putting in as much as you have to keep it ticking over, but you're not there fully. You're not fully there because you're not, because you want something new out of this. Well, where does that lead? What happens once for some of you with the Seven of Coins coming up, Seven of Pentacles, some of you are going to look at it and think, I'm patient. It's good. I'll take a little break now. Then I'm going to reinvest and I'm going to keep going for it. I'm going to keep going for what I want. I'm good with what I'm getting back. I can play, I can have the patience. This is a card of patience. You guys are a very patient sign. For others of you, you're going to look at this and think, no, I don't want this. I'm not getting it fast enough. I'm not getting enough. Or, what I'm getting back, it's what I planned to get back all along. But what you want now has changed. When you get Death in the Tower, that's massive changes. That could be, and if you change, if the ground under your feet is shaking and everything's changed, you're going to want something different. Your dreams are going to change. The way you go after things is going to change. But have a look here. What have you got as coming in the future? We have the Knight of Swords. Now, the knights get a very bad reputation, and I don't think it's deserved. How can you expect a knight to do the job of a king or a queen? They'd be a king or a queen then. They're not. They're knights. Their whole job is to go out there on missions to progress the kingdom, right? They do the nitty-gritty stuff. The king sat on his throne. The queen sat on her throne. The knights are the ones that get out there. They go fight for the kingdoms, and that's what he does. He fights. I always see the Knight of Swords as like this warrior who's fighting under the banner of like some religion, some king. There's something that he believes in, and he's going to go fight for it. Now, he'd probably be more of a diplomatic kind of person, because swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas, and how we communicate them. So this tower that is sat above the Knight of Swords, what is the Knight of Swords? He's someone who speaks his truth. Now, yes, it's general. Somebody could come in and say this to you. That changes everything. I didn't get that. I'm getting this is more you coming out of whatever it is. You haven't been saying anything. The Four of Swords, this person's not talking here. But it goes to the Knight of Swords. And remember, the future is a projection from where we are right now. You know that you have to say something about this. Either, yeah, it's the right thing, or no, it's not, or I want more, or I'm good with this, whatever. The Knight of Swords is going to say it. Now, he is a knight. He doesn't have the experience of the kings or queens. So when I get the Knight of Swords there, it's not the king or queen. That's telling me this might be something that you've never spoken out about before. This might be a truth that's a new truth to you, or it's a truth that you've not been able to express before. But remember this, guys, you know, with the tower coming up, the tower frees us. There's a sense of freedom coming in here. The card before the tower, and I think Scorpio did get the devil coming up in theirs as a past energy. So I know some people don't like me mentioning other signs. Well, you know, tough. If it comes up, that's part of the message. If you want me to start editing the messages, you're dealing with the wrong reader here. I'm always going to deliver the messages as they come through. So if I remember something from someone else's reading, because I come in blank slate. So anything that comes through, any story, anything I remember, that is part of the message. So they did get the devil. And that's what the devil is, what is holding you back. That's what the tower frees us from what's holding us back. You've been holding yourself back. Now, might be for good reason. No judgment there. Sometimes we have to hold ourselves back. But it kind of feels with this, it's you were waiting for this to see some return, to see what you got back. This is what's going to decide what you do with this, if you speak out or not, whether you say, yeah, I'm good, I'm still in, or no, I'm not. I want something new. But whatever it is, it's unexpected. So, you know, don't just write this off now. If you're those that are watching this live, or, you know, if you're watching this before this is hit, I don't think you fully decided. You might feel like you have, because this person's pretty solid here, right? To be patient. But this is a spanner in the works. Either that's coming in, or that I don't even think it's planned. When you have the tower and the Knight of Swords is spontaneous. That's like that. Everything can change like this. There might have been some kind of slow change that you've been trying to progress through. That might have been you as well with death, right? You've been trying to transform this. It feels like to go for it. There's an opportunity that comes in, but it involves saying something. Always communication with the Knight of Swords. Why is that? Well, the advice here is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is, it's feeling stuck. It's feeling stuck. And I'm going to say this to you. I know why this is coming up as your advice. The Four of Cups comes up when we are only considering those three options. In this card, in this deck, sorry, it's a little different, because I actually love it in this deck. He's not looking at them. He's decided, I don't want them. I'm not going to try to make a square peg fit in a round hole. I want this. I want the Ace of Cups. And guess what? You bloody got it. But through the Tower, Knight of Swords, they bring that about. Saying it. Someone's going to shock the shit out of someone. I'm telling you that now. Someone's going to shock the shit out of someone with this energy. That's what it is. Something that either someone wasn't expecting you to ever say, or you weren't expecting someone else to ever say. But you're the one that's stuck. So it's your advice. I would say, you know, don't consider options. Whenever those three cups come out, we're considering options that if they think about it, if they were at all appealing, this person would grab one of those cups. He wouldn't be sitting there praying for another cup, right? There's something new. There's something that's calling to you at a heart level. But you've been patient. You've been trying to make it work. There's a new tact coming in. It's something that's spoken. It's literally like, I don't know who I said this for, but words have power. And this is almost as if, yeah, these words have extra power, because everything can get demolished in 1 minute. That's what this feels like here. Even if you decide that what you're doing is right for you, because don't forget, the Seven of Pentacles is patience. Someone who they're going to do this. This is where you see where you're going. You reevaluate. Do I need to tweak anything? Do I need to change anything? No, I'm good. That's what the pause is for. But even then, even if you're staying in the situation with the Ace of Cups, with the Ace of Pentacles coming in, this is a new beginning, a new cycle beginning. Something new. And the focus is back on you when the aces come out. That is your cup. That is your pentacle. What is the seed that you're planting? Whatever this garden is that you're trying to grow, relationship, work, whatever this relates to, there's a new seed. Sorry, guys, but that's what it says. You've been limiting yourself. You've been holding yourself back. There's more to you. There's more to you. There's so much more available here. And you can have it all. You've got pentacles coming up here, coin, right? This is like the sun card. But you don't get that. You don't get to plant the new seed if you keep playing with the three cups that are in front of you. he's got faith that that one's going to come in. And that's what all this change is about. That's how the Ace of Cups comes in, through this transformation, through this change. Like I said, for some of you, you want something different. For others of you, you just want to feel a different way about it. We manifest from our emotions. We don't manifest from our actions. We don't manifest from, I don't care if you sit around doing affirmations from day to night. You don't manifest from that. You manifest from how you feel. And you want to feel a different way. So when you feel a different way, you'll manifest new things. But this is a new seed that's being planted. Doesn't mean you're leaving anything behind. Remember that. This is about taking some time out, taking a step back, looking at the lay of the land and deciding, with the 7 of coins there, what do I want from this? What more do I want? Dream big, guys. You know how often I have to tell people that. People limit themselves to their dreams. I talked about it in the intro that I did, the live intro that I did before all of this. When you get a sign, you're going to get people that are in really shitty situations, right? And there's 2 different types of people. There's one person that looks at that shitty situation and says, you know what? I'm going to do whatever it takes to change this. I'm going to change this. I don't want this. Then there's another type of person that says, oh no, this is testing my faith. I have to endure this. This is about endurance. Neither person is wrong. But that you get to decide that. That's your superpower, free will. You get to decide what that means for you. And that's crucial here. That's why this kind of goes off in different directions. But the advice is clear. It's about going for something new, honoring this, honoring your Ace of Cups, your own personal Ace of Cups, what makes you happy. And from that, you do get long-term stability and support from happiness.